So a couple days ago, BBC uploaded Miyake Kyoko's documentary Tokyo Girls, which talks about idols in Tokyo, specifically Hiragi Ryo and Harajuku Monogatari and P-Idol. So I sat down to watch the film and kind of provide commentary while I was watching it. Here we go. Okay, yeah, let's get this started. I like this beginning. It's nice and relaxing. Let's go with this. Oh yes, powerful, man. That's power right there, dude. Everybody ward it together. Alright, so let's set it up as a religion. Of course, they picked the most fucking creepy lyrics. They have tons of music to go from. They could be singing about rainbows and lollipops and sunshine, but of course they picked the one about girls' innocence and chastity. Holy fuck, it's Mion! Shit, there's Pistol too. Actually, there's a question. Did they got the licensing to use this music? Dude, that guy looks like he's having fun. Ah! Tokyo Girls! But we're gonna go to Hakata later, though, right? 10,000. That's a lot less than I would have thought. 10,000 in the population of entire... Holy shit. Actually, it's pretty great because Rio actually streams a lot. When she came to LA... a couple years ago, she actually went on the street, Hollywood Boulevard, I think, and she just went and live performed in the middle of the street, live streamed it and everything. I think you can go back and find video of it. Oh fuck! Of course they reward it that way. When fans take pictures with me, there are rules about where they can touch, as if like, look, it's not like every fan who walks up to take a picture of them, a manager has to step in and say, look, dude, make sure you don't touch her here. Make sure you don't touch her there. Butt grabbing is not allowed. It's not like that, dude. It's pretty common knowledge that you just don't go up to an idol and start touching her. So this is worded a little bit funny. So here's this guy, he's talking about handshakes are a very sexual gesture. Touching was forbidden. Only in the last few decades have handshakes become accepted. Okay, but think about it. If they're generally accepted now, even though it's the last 20 years, it's still accepted, right? I really don't believe there's a lot of people in Tokyo, at least in Tokyo, maybe in the rural countryside or something like that, but there's not a lot of people in Tokyo walking around, and when they go handshake somebody of the opposite sex, they're like, oh, we just had an intimate moment and we're like lovers now. Again, you might say 80 years ago, yes, it was a sexual gesture. But that's 80 years ago. We're not using the standards of that time period to judge now, are we? It's acceptable now. Who cares that it was in the last 20 years? Also, what the heck? This guy's an economic and industrial analyst. The fuck is he telling me about the history of handshakes for then? Yes, it was a smart move bringing handshakes into the business because it made money. That's the part he should be covering because that's his expertise, right? Oh my god, of course they picked the most creepiest fucking guy with like the fucking creeper stare. Man, they're talking about this like it's some sort of slave labor camp or something. Like as if the men just show up and are expected service from the women. Like it's some sort of assembly line or something. Man, they're talking like this is some sort of one-way transaction. Like men are reaping all the rewards and doing nothing. This dude just said he spent all his money and he could have bought a house by now. I think that's pretty dedicated. She acts so surprised. Oh my god, there's a backlash when I speak out against something that people care about. Surprise, surprise, it's not just idols. People are pretty defensive about a lot of things. Sugoi. Sugoi, sugoi. Oh god, I love this, dude. I fucking love this. Keep it going! Keep the party rolling! Dude, I love how this fucking guy Koji is like fucking in the middle of the fucking video. It's great, dude. I want to be that guy. Woo! Look at her falling asleep on the train. That's great. That's the thing, man. I bet you everybody freaked out and was like, what a perv. And then they found out it was her dad. That's the thing, though. A lot of these idols who are successful, who are living healthy lifestyles, have good relationships with their parents. And their parents come out and see their shows and stuff and take an interest in their regular life. Again, it's when these like kids are on their own and their parents are just like, whatever, dude, just go do whatever the fuck you want. That I think they get in trouble. Look, like the dad even says like, oh, look, my daughter takes after me. I used to be a drummer and I wanted to do this kind of stuff and I guess that's where she gets it from. Oh, that's cute. Rio was really cute in high school. I do probably agree with this, though. Force-fed AKB election news. I'm sure a lot of people in Japan don't give a fuck about the AKB election. But it's such a big thing that they have to hear about it on the news. Oh, there's Kitano Ruka. Okay, so a lot of this is probably true, but the thing is, how is this different from, like, say, a kid in America wanting to be a sports star? Like, let's say some kid gets, like, a basketball scholarship and goes to college, and he dicks around in school and doesn't take it seriously, and then he blows his knee out, or, like, manages his financials poorly when he goes to the NBA, or even doesn't even make it into the NBA, and he has no proper future. Like, where are the documentaries being made about that? Like, nobody bats an eye, I feel like. Oh, he's just a dude and he messed up his life with poor life decisions. He was brainwashed into thinking that becoming an NBA star was his only path in life. Wait, what the fuck? Weren't we just talking about how girls are here to please men and make them feel better? And then now you're talking about how girls are the stars in the idol world? And nowhere else in Japan society do you see that? Okay, so you're the driving force. Why are we not talking more about that, or trying to get idols into management positions or something? So this kind of stuff is a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication, and these fans really do a lot of planning for this stuff out. And it's all on their own free time. It's all on their own money. Everybody donates to buy like this stuff, like flowers and cakes and stuff. It's pretty awesome. I wish all fan clubs had this kind of dedication to their groups that they support. Oh, there we go again. Rio's parents showed up to one of her concerts to support her and to take part in their daughter's dreams. Dude, that's intense, man. I hope I can one day ever build up to this kind of bravery, to be like the one dude like leading this entire chant. For Japanese people, as shy and timid as they are sometimes, for them to step up like this is pretty inspiring, to me at least. Alright, here we go. We're into the 14-year-olds and younger now. This looks really bad, because look, she looks up like she's thinking about it, like, yeah, that kind of creepy. And then she's like, nah, it's okay. No problem. She doesn't know. She's 14. How is she going to answer that question? If she finds them creepy, the camera's on her, she's not going to say yes. And suddenly, like, alienate everybody that supports her. Okay, so this is probably going to creep out a lot of people. But look, you can kind of get what he's saying, right? He's saying it's too much work to actually get a girlfriend. I don't think that's just him. I think there's a lot of people in the world, and especially in Japan, that are like, dude, I'm too busy to have someone depending on me. And it's not like he's saying, for the rest of my life, I never want to date somebody. I don't think that's what he's saying, at least. Just maybe right now, while he's still young. If there's one thing about Wodo you can love, man, they're fucking honest, at least, dude. So this is nice, right? The mom had preconceptions and thought they were all creepers, and then when she met them, she decided that they were all really nice people. I mean, that's good, right? Huh, remember I talked about that in the last episode I just recorded? I mean, I don't 100% agree with him, but, you know, I can at least respect that he's going to do what he loves now before he can't do it anymore. Who am I to tell him he shouldn't live that way? Again, this is another thing that I respect about them a lot. They're so focused on their careers that they don't even think about having a relationship. Maybe it's bad for them personally, but career-wise, I wish more people were focused on their careers. Ah, geez, man, it's always hard to watch idols cry. So this was another cool thing. I wish they would have talked more about this. Hiragi Ryo actually rode her bike around Japan. Like, went around to all the prefectures, I believe. Or she does different sectors. So she would ride around and kind of map out, her manager would map out where she was going to be. And, like, she would come to your town and you could, like, walk out there and be like, oh, she's going to be here at this time? I'm going to go say hello to her. And she fucking biked around Japan. And if you're a fan, you can actually, like, get a bike. You can get a bicycle and ride along with her on certain lengths. It's up to you, you know. If you want to go. Go ride with her from one checkpoint to the next checkpoint. One thing that I don't think was covered at all, Hiragi Ryo really is one of the hardest working idols in the business. Like, she is doing stuff every day. I really don't know how she has the energy and the ambition. Oh, shit. I love this Takehama guy, dude. He's fucking awesome. Oh, God. I thought the stuff earlier was terrible. This is even worse. People are even going to think these people are... You realize there's a line between some idol fans and not some other idol fans. It's two completely different subgenres of idols, right? It's not like every idol fan goes to these 10-year-old groups. I've actually been to a couple of these 10-year-old shows, too. It's interesting, and I really didn't get it, but... Again, look at her mom supporting her. That's probably a good sign, right? Well, here, I want to point out something here. Look, they talk about men wanting to choose girls they can dominate. I think most people want a relationship where they're in control, right? Like, nobody wants to be the person that is completely head over heels in love with the other person to where they're at risk of being heartbroken every day if the other person leaves them. I remember when I was in college, I had a cousin who gave me relationship advice. And you know what he told me? He said, David, if you ever get in a relationship, make sure they love you more than you love them. Now, to me, that came off as a pretty selfish way to look at relationships. But in an odd way, I understood what he meant, even though I didn't agree. And I think this is the same meaning that they're talking about here, but they're kind of just twisting it in a way where it sounds like, this is only a Japanese problem, or this is only an otaku problem. I think it's also a little bit embellished how they talk about these mindless women that men want. I think they saw a couple airheaded idols get popular, and they think, oh, these men must want stupid, brainless, but extremely cute girls. You've got to also remember that these are characters these girls are playing on TV. But let's move on, there's too much to talk about. My god, I love it when Hiragi Ryo calls herself Pudgy. Look at her face, dude, it's fucking great. Shit. Just perfect, perfect. She wants to turn her shortcomings into assets. Didn't Koji say that shit earlier? That she's a mirror and he watches her and then he's gonna mirror himself and do the same thing? Dude, I think this shit is beautiful, man. I love it when I go to shows and people get like this. Because you're just passionate about something, man. That's beautiful. Dude, actually, this is Hiragi Ryo a lot. She's always, like, doofing off. Here, let me find a clip. Here, check this out. This is her. Yeah, so for me, that's pretty typical Hiragi Ryo. That was kind of a weird way to end it. I guess it's kind of good that this film is ambiguous in that they're not telling you really that if they support idols or if they don't. I think I got a little bit more of a negative feel from it. And like looking at the headlines that I've seen, it sounds like people take it as very negative. But I don't know, this is still very surface level stuff, man. There's a lot more stuff going on. A lot of people you could talk to. Super a lot of people. This should only be the beginning. There's a lot more research that could be done. So thanks a lot for watching. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you thought about this video, as it's my first time trying something like this.